Welcome back to Let's Play Rome Total War Carthage Campaign, episode the 152nd with me, Squawker. And when we left off, we had captured Thessalonica from the Julii. We'd also seen off Captain Aulus's attempted attack on Batavium. And we are now in a position to begin making plans and also just do all the end of turn administration with a big fat stack of 60,000 denarii, honestly made through setting fire to things that don't belong to me. So, what we're going to do? Well, Admiral Theododecles will be landing at Apollonia next turn, where we will initiate our siege of the city, and we will also, oh, we might actually be chasing down this dude. We'll be doing something. And we are also going to get ready to deal with some more Egyptians, but we're not going to make any more moves in Africa just yet. We are recruiting a diplomat as well to potentially bribe some enemies in Croton. So we are going to just make sure we have infiltrated Croton as well, so we can watch the city as well. So we are going to prepare a interim garrison as well that we're going to send along with him. So we're basically going to send whatever we have, and they will basically form a very weak but a quick temp garrison. If we hold the town for a few turns, if it looks like we can't hold it, what we can do is we can just sack the town. I have enough good towns now just to do whatever I need to get done. So either way, I could just basically further snub the Brutii. Or we could even send the troops from Africa, actually, because we are in a position where the Egyptians are doing a lot of effective things against us. I would like to get another spy heading out, though, towards Siwa, though. I'm also having our diplomat move up to potentially also grease some palms in what do you call that town again? Cyrene. Which actually could be something very useful for us as well. If we could try and push through these Egyptians here, holding Cyrene could be a very lucrative opportunity for us to take on. But for now, we are just doing some things. We are just moving around. Admiral Hannibal, he needs something to do, so I think what we could do is deal with Admiral Manius, because he's just looking for trouble, so we won't be able to deal with him until next turn, but you know what we're up to. So yeah, we're going to just basically jump. We're going to jump from... We're going to go from left to right, up to down, and we'll just see what needs doing before we end this turn. So, we'll start with Sparta. We need to just recruit some extra troops here. We'll get another unit of Poenis up and running. Same applies to Corinth, because we've basically emptied our garrisons from the our recent siege. We're also just going to retrain whatever else we can. Well, Kilitable Nephris, our newest member to the family, will just continue to hold his position. Larissa, you are working on a new temple, and we're going to switch you out to a growth build policy for bonus public order. As you can see, our army here is growing quite nicely. We are just going to get an additional unit of Poenis ready as well. We'll be dealing with Placasdio next turn. What he will do, we do not know. Vermont, we're waiting on for additional growth to occur, so for now we're just going to hold our course here. Thessalonica, we've already dealt with. By Lazora, looks like Captain Cornelius is getting close. I can't quite remember what his army had. It had a couple of decent troops, so recruit some long shield cavalry. We'll keep watching what he's up to. We may need to sally forth to deal with him. I don't quite get his motivations yet. Segestica, not a lot we can do here, unfortunately. We are just waiting for the town to grow once more. However, we are getting a growth in population, but we are going to send our Captain Bodestadt up to Levartham just this time around, because I wasn't quite sure if we were going to win here, so... Levartham really does need a growth anyway, because it's still a little crappy settlement, so we may as well try and get a nice strong city here on the Britannian border, just in case, as we do with Alicia. So yes, Segestica, you just need to continue holding your position, and we will hopefully be ready to buff up the troops soon. But you know what, I'm going to send the Sacred Band and the cavalry away. They can get redone in Batavium. Batavium is suffering with public order issues, but we can switch out to growth build policy, but it is quite crap. Luckily, we are going to complete our secret police network, and we are going to be working on bringing religion back into the city as well. In terms of units, I want a new unit of Sacred Man Cavalry to balance out our army for Yehawian. Segestar, you have plenty of troops now, nearly enough to consider a strike on Arretium, like I said, or at least like we did last time. The issue is trying to lure out this annoying dude. Or he's trying to just lure any of these armies out. Captain Lucius's army still stands as quite tough. I need him to move away so we can attack him. What might be a good idea is if we just put an army within his territory, it might lure someone. Same time, it risks luring the Senate, but if we just put ourselves where they can't reach us, we should be fine. As for you, I want you to monitor Capua, because I don't know what the Brutii are up to there, and that's a bit concerning. I want to ensure that they remain weak there. Should also try and blockade that area again, so then they're not getting any more money. Looks like for now, Capua, they are using it to build additional troops, but they're not building good quality troops, so that's fine by me. Admiral can't blockade Rome and cut off some more of the Brutii trade. That'll slow them down. Right, Admiral Sakabal, by the way, you get into port for retraining, and we'll deal with you in a minute. So yeah, I would like to put an army nearby, and we might just be able to lure the enemy out and make them fight a bit more on my terms. I don't want to walk up to Arretium and just do this again, because then they'll just attack me and then it'll go wrong. So what do we have so far, by the way? We have got 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 Poenis, 2 Libyans, 4 long shields. This should actually really be enough, what we have. Naturally, someone has to be left behind, though, to guard the city, so it's unfortunately going to fall to the slingers today. But we're going to move some troops out. Just put them somewhere nice and tempting, really, and just say, hello, Julii. Would you like to deal with this big issue that's just rocked up on your doorstep? Because I think you should. Let's see how they take that one. If not, diplomat, I want you to slip him a couple of quid. Actually, no, we can't because the garrison's too big. Apparently, the chance of success does depend on garrison. Actually, no, it's got a hefty garrison, so you know what? I'm not going to bother with that. I'm not going to buy him out this time around. Should have done that with Arretium, really, but I forgot that I could do that. Right, so Gesta, in terms of construction, I want you to work on irrigation now to continue your population growth. In terms of recruitment, oh yeah, your population is getting low again, so that's why we are doing that. Recruit some long shield cavalrymen. Need to just have medial enemies shifty a few troops to you. Medial enemies continuing to work on recruitment, but it's slipping in public orders. We're going to work on a secret police network to try and bring that back up. Masilla, how are we doing for troops? 1, 2, 3, 4. We can send some over on the next turn. Get another unit of long shields out. Repair your quinqueremes, and then Royal Cavalry Stables are always tempting to build, so let's start working on those. Lugdunum, you are just working on additional peasants. Don't need great estates really in this town. Secret police network. Merchant's Quarter is always good for more money, actually. I am pretty much burning through the cash at this point, but hey, money is there to be spent sometimes. Alicia as well. You are close to being ready for send-off, so get me 1 unit of Libyan Spearmen and then we're moving. Condate Redonum, you're doing fine. Lemurnum, you're trying to recover your public order. Tara is fine. Nabo Martius, we are just continuing to work on additional construction for you. Captain Maharbal, you just keep moving towards Segesta if you would please. My Tonys, you're heading for Mediolanium. Oscar, we are just about ready for send-off here actually. Actually, I was going to put the... No, I wasn't going to put the Sekaband cavalry in this army. If you could just get these troops up to Oscar, and then we're going to set off, really. As well as those skirmishers. So, yeah. Everyone except the town militia, please exit the town now. There we go. So, right. Skirmishers, I want... How many skirmishers have we got in this army so far? Right. I want 2 skirmishers in the army. Excellent. Whatever's left goes into Oscar. What have we got moving up here? How are we doing for Poenis? Slinger and Poeni will split into Mutinas, and then so on and so forth. Right, cool. So we're nearly ready to go Oscar now. Whether or not I don't think I'm going to build another army here though just yet, because it does take a while to build one of it. Takes ages for it to send off. So I think for now we'll just put another temporary stop on recruitment in this area, but you know, we can recruit quite quickly if we need to again. Corduba, you're a little bit in the blue, but for now I think I can just afford to not spend money on you. Scalabus, I naturally do have to spend money on you. First things, oh my god, no. We're just going to keep building up here. And it's not going to be too much, so no, we'll just stick with peasants again, so. Finally, that took some doing. Right, Asturica as well, you're doing the same. And there we go, that's those 2 towns. No, Asturica, more! And again, we are about to get that Royal Palace. Maybe we could tank it for a turn? Yeah, tank it for a turn. Once that Royal Palace is up, we may actually be in a better position, so we'll see how that goes. Tingy, oh, we've got some more rebels to deal with, that's always fun. Looks like we're not too strong, so right. Begin preparing a couple of troops, and we'll deal with those guys. Let's see, Serta, you can always work on additional troops for me in terms of a building. Siege Engineer, I guess it's high time we started working on one for you. You can start working on some Sacred Band Cavalry, and that'll be all fantastic. Captain Jubal, you are due to arrive in Thapsus, as is Captain Bodisham. That somehow makes the population grow again. Carthage, you're having a little bit of a hard time, but you are working on that Merchant's Quarter. We've got more efforts, but we know what to do within this city now. I think we could use some Libyan Spearmen, just to provide a little bit of day-to-day support in your army. Leptis Magna, you're pretty much good with where you're at as well, so yeah, we'll leave Leptis Magna as it is. In terms of construction, get a Royal Cavalry stable stuff so we can start recruiting some Sacred Band Cavalry. Thapsus, I can take the hands-off approach with Thapsus, just retrain those onagers and await further orders. Captain Hiram, you're on the move. Nepta is fine. Demidi is fine for once. Yeah, we're in a good position now. And again, we could recruit basically some extra slings from Demidi. Cool, right. I think that's everyone done, everyone dealt with. So we can move on to the next turn. I think there may be a few ships to quickly shuffle about. Hasdrubal, nah, I don't really have anything to do for you right now. You're done. Naval blockades are all in place. Except for you, Chermies, you can move in and establish a blockade of... Oh wait, we own all these docks now, damn it. Oh well, that's actually a good thing, because we can keep trading in the Black Sea with Britannians. May need to keep you stationed nearby though. The Egyptians have been getting a bit restless, so just hang around and just be wary of anything the enemy may try to do, because we now must keep an eye on the Egyptians and their naval games. We pretty much dominate the Western Mediterranean, but the Eastern Mediterranean is still belonging to them. So I want to definitely try and work towards bringing that into my control. Even try and keep them annoyed by forcing a blockade of one of their cities. There we go. Rhodes is now blocked. And Rhodes is something I plan to take in the future as well. So, you know, already just getting a quick look in and see, you know, what we will be conquering soon. Sparta could probably arrange a little expedition to Kydonia now soon as well. That'll be useful for us. I do want to take Kydonia. But yeah, I think that is everyone moved around. So without further ado, we are going to move to the next turn. See how the Julii shuffle their troops about, and we'll see how we can take advantage of it. So, let's go! Right, so the Egyptians are attacking us, and it is at Rhodes, like I predicted. Crushing defeat, ooh. And we are being engaged near this area. Where are we? We're in the Adriatic, of course. I couldn't quite see. Okay, deal with it. Thank you. And they fell for it! Excellent! We brought them out into the field. Right. Let's do this one then. So, Captain Xenophanes, it is 1-1 today, so it's going to be a bit tough. Captain Cassius. Now, he's a bit of a tough customer because he is packing 2 Praetorian cavalries and 2 Roman cavalries. He's also got quite a bit of infantry among him, but not too many, so he may be able to be manageable. So, we'll see how we can deal with him. Now, in terms of his friend, Captain Lucius, he's the bit of the oddball. He's got quite a few urbans, but they are depleted. A lot of artillery, but it's depleted and going to be far away. Barbarian mercs, but they're depleted. Gladiators, but they're depleted. And Praetorian cavalry, but they're virtually non-existent. So, our first enemy is going to be the tough guy, Captain Cassius. We'll prepare our defence to make sure his cavalry doesn't envelop and swarm us, and make sure we're able to do what we did last time we did with Praetorian cavalry, which we've learned is basically get as many spears poking in them as possible and just completely surround their unit. At that point, they break quite quickly. And that's going to be our tactic. But if we win here, we can lay siege to Arretium and begin to end for Julii once and for all. I mean, we'll have erased them from Italy and relegated them into being Greeks. Oh, that will be useful for me, as well as very evil. But we must make sure the siege of Arretium takes place quickly. I do suspect the Senate will try to interfere, but for now, let us fight this on the battle map.
Victory is near at hand! If all do their duty, we will profit from today. Bend your backs to your tasks, and all will be well! Now set your minds to the task in hand. Mark your target, strike hard, leave the fallen, go forward with courage!
Right. Go forward with courage, all that bloody lovely stuff. Except we won't be going forward today. Instead, we'll be holding our ground. Either way, predicted areas where the enemy will deploy. We'll be dealing with Captain Cassius here, naturally. His friend, however, I suspect will be deploying from this region here. So, our best bet is to deploy towards here and maybe go for a triangular formation today. Either way, we have plenty of punching power with our artillery, so that in itself is already a nice advantage to us. So, artillery is grouped up and ready to go. Cavalry, you will also be sort of acting a bit independently. We've got plenty of long shield cavalry. Would have preferred Sacred Band cavalry, they would have been more useful, but at the same time they may have a chance of trying to envelop and bring down the Praetorians. Once those guys are down, really, it shouldn't be too difficult, this battle. There is still going to be difficulty in dealing with the urban cohorts, but they are still a killable unit, if you get what I mean. But I should have grouped up this, I should have disbanded that unit, Sacred Band. Right, little unit, you get to guard the onagers and just not bother me. You lot will be here guarding, so I'm trying to just make sure our formation is somewhat dense, just to prevent too many engagements from happening at once, and just try to keep it relatively on a 1-to-1 ratio. So Poeni's here. Which Poeni have I got here? Who are you guys? You are these guys, of course. Right. We're going to square out our formation a bit just to try and keep the enemy at bay. Square formations have usually worked for us, so I think that's what we're going to try. So let's keep another square formation here. Get another square formation here. And that should hopefully work for us. Now, Libyans, you must be here, because I suspect the enemy cavalry will try its tricks. Oh, you know what? I'm going to put you at the back. Sort of a weird way I'm going to put you, but I need to be ready to move in case the enemy cavalry tries anything. Spare Poenis will be in the middle. They will be moved as I see fit. Either way, it's a simple square formation today. I think this may be enough to hold the enemy back. Sacred Band are watching the front where the urban cohorts are most likely to strike. Poenis will be able to deal with the Praetorian cavalry, and we will bring in a nasty cavalry strike to also counter them. So, artillery will also hopefully bring down as many enemies as possible as well before they reach us. So, let's initiate our battle and hope for the best. And hope this gamble pays.
Have brought up more men. Send them to the afterlife.
Looks like the enemy reinforcements are quite a distance away. Or is it these guys here? No, wait. There's the reinforcements. Right, they're far away. That's fine. The enemy usuals, or the enemy attacking army, that's not too far away, so they will be dealt with very, very soon. They are inbound. They will soon enter the range of my artillery. They have the permission to fire at will. So it's probably going to be a case of once they crest that hill, we're going to initiate our attack. Or at least our defense. We are defending today, after all, though we are sort of attacking. Either way, we've tempted the enemy out onto a field, which is kind of what I want to happen. I was only hoping I would tempt one out, but it looks like they both wanted to play. So, could get messy, but if we can do well enough, we may just be able to get, do a little 1-2 strike and grab Arretium. That is the goal of today, after all. That's the objective. Arretium must become ours. Looks like we're preparing our first shots by the way, though I would preferably prefer targeting the artillery rather than that unit of cavalry. It's there to try and tempt you. focus fire on the infantry. What is that even? Roman cavalry. They're not worth it. Right. Looks like the enemy's trying to pull their formation back a little bit as well, just to try and put my artillery off. Anyway, first few shots are flying out, so hopefully we get a few accurate hits. It is going against a moving target, so our odds of hitting are not fantastic today, but we'll take what we can, right? Cavalry, you're a tempting target for the enemy, so they're going to be looking to try and find an opportunity to take you down. I'd be very, very wary if I were you. Artillery, target that unit of the Legionary Corps. They're more or less the centre of the unit, or even better yet, target that auxiliary, they're the front unit. Either way, try and just get as many hits out as you can, preferably accurate ones. I think you just got your first hit there. No, you didn't. Right. Better luck next time, lads. Anyway, just keep doing what you can. Oh, that was a good shot. That was a good shot. Oh, oh, there we go. Only hit some auxiliary, but at the same time, they're looking to try and deal with my cavalry. Right, cavalry, pull back to the rear of my formation. Don't want you getting isolated and caught out. Right, there we go. Oh, I think that was a hit. I don't know if that was a hit there, but it looks like we're trying to score some hits. Right. Puenis, quickly move your formation. Looks like the enemy isn't going to look to go around the back of my formation just yet. That's where the Praetorian cavalry are planning to strike as well. Right. Libyan spears, where are you? Libyan spears, hear me out. Prepare for an attack. You guys need to open out your formation. I mean, it's like I'm wasting my box formation here, but you know. I needed to be prepared for all eventualities. I needed to be looking for where my enemy was probably going to try and hit me. And calculate, ooh, good. And calculate the best method of countering them from that. So, you know, it's like a generic formation I've made. Right. Here we are. Looks like we're going to get our first few people trying to deal with us. Going to get my Libyan spearmen ready to bring down those Praetorians. I'm going to try and speed up in a minute and do something nasty. Right. The enemy is going to bring themselves into my formation and fight me. Not going to bring themselves in. Right. You Praetorians need to be ready. Right, what have we got coming in here? Roman cavalry. Right. You two. Roman cavalry are not that hard to deal with. Get in there and finish them. Right. You lot. On that Praetorian cavalry. You lot. Yep, you're happy just dealing with those legionaries. Either way. Got hit hard there. Not fantastic, but we're going to start dealing with them. Right. Cavalry, prepare to flank around and hit them as hard as you can. Just lost some of our Libyan spearmen there. I mean, yeah, they just took on a brutal head-first charge, so that's why they weren't going to last. So I'm not surprised about their loss. Right, we are bringing down a few units. Right. Long shields, don't engage too long. Not too late.
Your general shames himself and your people. No excuses can be made for fleeing like this.
And I was just about to pull him out of that fight as well. Bloody hell, right. Shore up that flank and prepare for additional firepower. Right, you lot, go and shore up that flank as well. Right. Excellent. We're bringing down some of the Praetorians. That's one unit down, one to go. Right. Cavalry, remaneuver yourselves. Prepare to hit again. Maybe able to pull this one off still. All is not lost. But then again, when did I suggest all was lost? Nothing is lost just yet, apart from the lousy general who just ran away. Right, finish that unit off. See, if you can control the movement of that cavalry, that's where you can bring them down. But it looks like we are still losing control of this flank here, so we need to start getting smarter and trying to bring the enemy down there. And oh, right, that's not what I want to be dealing with. Enemy artillery's incoming, right. You lot need to get ready to deal with those enemies. Cavalry, deal with that light auxiliary, bring them down. General, no. You may want to fight the urban cohorts. You may think it's a good idea to fight the urban cohorts, but I can tell you now it's not a good idea to fight the urban cohorts one-on-one. You're not designed for that. Artillery, good hit there. Perhaps you would be better off focusing your efforts over there, though. Cavalry, keep moving. Need to bring you into to try and flank something, really. You can deal with barbarians if you want, but try and target those light auxiliary. Keep the barbarians away from yourselves for now. Right. Artillery, you need to hit something a bit more distant. Try and play... Oh, that was a dangerous one. Try and go for some accurate shots, and try and snipe down their artillery. If you can do that, I'll be very pleased with you. Right. We need to close our formation here and prepare to finish the enemy. Captain Cassius was just about done. Right. You lot, keep moving. You lot, try and bring down those barbarian mercs if you want. Don't engage barbarian mercs for too long, though. You can only deal with them for so long. Right. Sacred Band, turn around. You've got to deal with some urbans. Right. How are we doing over here? Right. We're being chased away on that flank. That isn't fantastic either. Right. We're losing flanks here, left, right, and centre. Cavalry, try and keep a coherent thought in your head for more than 2 seconds, please. Stay away from those fucking barbarian mercs, right? You lot, you can't do that. Move away. Come on, come on, come on. And they've just gone and given up and not listened to me. Right. You try and just keep away. The enemy is just running circles around you at this point. It looks like we're going to lose this one. And why is it every time we go for Arretium, this city somehow comes up with a way to survive? I do not like Arretium. I do not at all. I think I'm going to send a diplomat out and fucking bribe it. Because I do not like dealing with Arretium anymore. Every time I deal with this city, it fights back. And it always fights back to a degree where it somehow wins. And I am not pleased with the enemy having victories. I wanted them to be defeated this time. I wanted them to be finished. Instead, you've delivered me a failure. And how did you lose to Light Auxilia? Right. Guess who's getting disbanded for fucking shitting themselves in the field? That is not supposed to happen. You do not lose to Light Auxilia. You are a cavalry unit, for God's sakes. You are supposed to be capable of dealing with a skirmisher. Instead, you just ran away in a field and shamed yourself. Don't think you can come back. Get out of here. You're retreating now. We're pulling out. This battle has been lost. Arretium stands again once more. Keeps trying to defy us, and I am just completely ashamed of that. But we do not have a chance to hold out. Our men keep routing. Their leadership is awful. Their captain's an idiot. Pull out. Everyone pull out. Everyone pull out. This battle's been lost again, and I am not best pleased with your performance today, men. I may see many dead Julii, and I may also notice 2 dead units of Praetorian cavalry. However, what I do notice is some people not making the effort in their fights, and some people failing to listen to orders and getting into engagements they can't win, or running into enemies that they cannot beat. You will need to turn around, and you will need to stay and fight till the end, however, because you are going to be caught, and therefore you must stand and make your final stand. Because it's either that or get killed in the back, but then again, you routed anyway. This is absolutely pathetic. You have let yourselves down today. If I could name this army, I'd name you the army of letdowns. Because that is what you are. Make your way out of this battlefield. Do not darken my doorway again, though you will. But just let it be known that I am not happy that this is now the 3rd unsuccessful attempt on Arretium. And we will have to rethink our strategy. But once more, you are setting us back. We were going to take Arretium this time around. I thought I had it. Instead, you've just delivered another failure to my doorstep. Not pleased with you, men, at all. Not pleased at all.
Ah! Defeat has come! An unwelcome guest indeed!
Discipline in this army later. Not nearly enough kills. You may have brought down quite a few enemies, but you have not brought enough down to satisfy my objective for today. Poor performance. Just absolutely poor performance. Especially from the long shield cavalry. They let me down very badly in the field today. Some of them just not listening. Yeah, alright, maybe I could micromanage them a bit better, but some of them not putting the effort in. Not pleased at all with that. Right. End of turn report, by the way. Not a lot of notifications. Remitted profit despite massive spending. Construction report. Parma has now completed its scriptorium. That is all well and cool. Don't really need it working on anything at the minute, though. We can keep working on infantry, but we also need to work on a quincurium. I've got a dude to extract. Zalmoxis Hardramentium. He needs to find somewhere to get into a fight. Africa would be a good place for him to start. Numantia has now established crop rotation, so let's work on a bazaar to start bringing in additional money. Asturica has a royal palace, and as I predicted, it has actually brought the city back into stead. So repair anything that was damaged during any sort of riot, upgrade the archery range, and Yeah, how are we doing for temple in this town, by the way? Did we get a temple? Yeah, we've got the awesome temple to tan it, right? That's cool, that's cool. Let's see, what else? Dimidi has an army barracks set up, so that's all well and good. We can upgrade to an elite cavalry stables if I wish as well, just to keep increasing our recruitment potential here. Corrales has also followed suit, so retrain at Byreme and continue recruiting some Poenis now, which we can start using. And, yeah, Execution Square may come in handy for this town. And also, let's see, Batavium now has a secret police network, so it's working on that temple. Retrain your skirmishers, by the way, and we'll send your army back to you. Fermon has now completed its shrine to Milcat, so upgrade to a temple. And Corinth has a large temple, so upgrade to an awesome temple. So that means we are going to be getting stuff there soon. Larissa, you also upgrade your temple. And that's actually it. Oh wait, Athens, you need to work on yours. And yeah, that's excellent. Right, so that's the buildings done. Haven't got a lot of money left to spend, but we'll do what we can with it. In terms of recruitment, Lamona some peasants, Cavalry some Libyan spearmen, Massilla some long shield cavalry, Dimidi some slingers, Luxenum some peasants, Segesta some long shield, Mediolanium some sacred band cavalry, Alicia some Libyan spears, Poenis from Sparta, Arretium some sacred band cavalry, Corinth some Poenis, Bilazora some long shield cavalry, Larissa some Poenis, Thessalonica some long shield cavalry, Messana a new diplomat, and so on and so forth. So first things first, Messana has its new diplomat, so I'm going to send for Admiral Philosia. If you could just grab your dudes, diplomat, Ribaldi Iloki, jump on board. Right, we don't have enough money to do the bribe this turn, so we're just going to get some extra Poenis while we wait. But Assassin, I want you on board as well, because you're going to go and cause some trouble for me. But yeah, once we are ready on the next turn, we'll make it the first thing we do. We're going to try and buy out Croton. So Admiral Hannibal, do you want to move in and deal with Admiral Publius, please? And see how well you can do there. Very good. You nearly brought him down. Deal with the Egyptians as well. Very good. Not quite sinking anyone, but we're making the effort still. Right, moving to reblock Croton. You can sit in Fermon for a minute if you want, or actually better yet, deal with Admiral Manius. There we go. Sunk him, so he didn't have anywhere to escape to as well. That is brilliant. Our own little, what was that called? Actium, the Battle of Actium. Big naval battle that was, where a lot of stuff went down. Right, things to do. Right, first was Yaharian, back in Batavium with yourself, and retrain your men, and prepare for further orders, and try to govern your town for once, my dude. Captain Bodestar, you're also to make your way into Batavium as well, and you'll be, well, joining up, really. Yeah, the temple here isn't good enough, so right. Have our Sacred Band move to Mediolanium, please. Right. All may not be lost, though. These two armies haven't moved back, so we may be able to put Arretium under siege, and we may be able to take it. There is the issue that the Brutii are watching us still, but even if we are getting stretched a bit thin, a chance to take Arretium is a chance I don't want to pass up. Garrison's down to only 2 men, so right. Take infantry only. Yeah, take infantry only. You can win this on infantry alone. Move in, take Arretium in one clean sweep, and then the rest should fall into place. So do what must be done. I'm not letting this go as a defeat. I will take Arretium, hope the Senate doesn't interfere, but I want this opportunity to bring the Brutii down once. Well, not for Brutii. You'll be dealt with soon, Brutii. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten you. But we can bring the Julii to the edge of destruction, and that is what I want. So, I think it's time that I consolidated my grip on northern Italy, or at least just, you know, get the majority of it done. We'll have the cities. We'll just have to sweep out what's left of this trash here next time. For now, commence your assault. I wish you the best of luck. And I hope you do better than your comrade did. Do not make this a 4th defeat in a row at Arretium. Okay, 324 men stand ready to defend. It's going to be a bit tough because one of them is an urban cohort. We can deal with Praetorians, but it gets quite tangly. I do have my cavalry though ready to help. It won't be easy, but if we play our cards right, we can do it. So, prepare for the assault, please. Arms keep peace, by the way. I guess that is true. In some areas I've had to raise massive garrisons of pitchfork-wielding yahoos to keep the peace.
Let us pray to the heavens and then take up the sword and bow. The gods help those who help themselves! Now shout out to the gods! Shout your battle cries! Put true fear into the hearts of our enemies, oh noble soldiers!
Right. Noble soldiers, yet ready. So, welcome to this town. What do we call this town? We call it Arretium. A capital of hatred. A bath of hatred. An unholy place. A place where my enemy resides. But today shall be no more. It shall be a new province of Carthage, and another step closer to the conquest of Rome overall. Naturally, I shall leave the Senate till last, as my nice little treat to myself. But today, our goal is capture the city. We shall take our usual entrance into the town. We shall move in, capture this wall here, or maybe we should take a different wall. This wall always seems like a nice candidate, actually. So you know what, we're going to do this wall today. I think this one may be a little easier for me to hold, actually. But then again, actually, no, there's a tower. I don't have enough men to deal with towers. We're going to take the wide wall, then. So, we'll take the wide wall today. We will have my Poeni stack up here. Sacred Band will be on with dealing with the urbans. We will need to hammer and anvil that urban wherever it's hiding, though. And so on and so forth, really. It's not really too hard, this battle. And I hope, actually, that the urbans have chosen to defend the plaza. Who's defending the plaza? The urbans are. Good. We won't deal with them for a while, then. The Praetorians will be our first port of call to be dealing with, then. If they do choose to attempt to defend the wall I am attacking, then they are welcome to do so. At least, I don't know where they are. Can anyone see them? Where are those enemies hiding? It says they should be here. Oh, there they are. Okay, so we're taking the wrong way, actually. So, looks like we won't be playing Crush the Enemy Under My Wall, but oh well. I guess you can always hope. Either way, we will initiate our first part of battle. Capture this wall, and then... Oh, hang on. Actually, they may be coming in. Well, we can start weakening the wall, but if they do get into position, then I would like to try and crush them all under the wall, because that is always a great way to get some bonus kills, isn't it? Yes, they're heading over. Right. Onagers, you're doing good so far. One more volley, and then I'm having you cease fire. Cease fire. Let the enemy come to us. I want maximum return on my investment for what they are about to do, except they're heading for the plaza. Okay. Resume fire. Maybe halting fire, put them off. Or they're going to turn around. Or actually, no, if they just go here, then that is fine by me, actually. Yeah, they're making the X formation, or at least actually very poor approximation of it today. Right, if they want to stay there, then that is fine. I'm happy to fight them on the plaza. I'll have an advantage there because I can move the cavalry in. Looks like they are moving, so yeah. We're fine to defend here. Means no unfortunate, hilarious crushing to death of the enemy, but I'll take the city well as a consolation prize, I guess. I like consolation prizes sometimes. This city makes a very, very fine one indeed. Actually, more than a consolation prize. It's a victory. It's a symbol of status. Holding this town means a lot more than it actually does. My team has provided a lot of hurt to me.
Upon you. The enemy walls are breached.
Artillery, bring down that tower as well as a bonus for me. Poenis, begin making your way into the city. Sacred Band, please do the same. And I did leave it on triple speed, so I was just wondering why everything was moving so fast. But yeah, if we can bring this tower down, that's just going to make my life a little easier in manoeuvring into the city. Looks like the enemy's holding still so far, so that is fine by me. But if I can just get this... I don't know if we have enough ammo to take down this tower, but if we can, then that is cool. Yep, we did it. The tower is down. Excellent. That thing won't be interfering with my plans today. Right, artillery, I don't think there's really much else you can do. You can bring down another tower if you want, if it's your thing. So, yeah, I may as well let them burn off the last of our ammunition. I have to repair these walls anyway, so hop to it, lads, hop to it. Right, so men are moving in. Everything is moving as according to plan. I don't know if we have enough ammo to bring down that tower, but if we do, then that is brilliant. It's just something fun to me to... hey, sorry, we haven't made a weird formation where everything collapses in on itself. But guys, if you maybe move in on yourselves a little bit that way, and then, yeah, you can open found the tower and, you know, not make that singularity where everything blows up. Looks like we actually managed to do it as well. Did we bring that tower down properly? Nah, it's still up. Oh well, you had a good go at it. I'm happy to see one tower destroyed at least. One tower that will never interfere with me again, but its roof somehow stays there. It's like a big chocolate egg or something that we brought down. Weird. Bit weird, its composition as well. I don't understand how that tower works, but whatever. I don't care about how it works. All I care about is the fact that it's destroyed. Right, infantry, begin moving up. Our key goal today will be taking that plaza. So if you can move up this street, that'll be brilliant. Cavalry as well. You want to start making your win? What's your name again? Timus Manika. The Manika family is somewhat of a big player in the Carthage now, so keep proving your worth to me. I guess the Manikas, as you can say, were quite, what should we say, instrumental to the conquest of Italy. So, well, at least the conquest of northern Italy. They'd be one of my key go-to guys for taking down the Julii, so keep it up. Make your dad proud. Argericus is a very, very fine fellow. He started out with me having quite a low opinion of him, but, you know, the Argericus family, I don't always think they're the nicest of them, but you know what? They're a reliable family at the end of the day, the Argericus-y. They do the job. Better job than the Haduses, and the Haduses are fine. The Volubises, yeah, they're nice people as well. What other families do we have currently rocking up with us? We do the Volubis and the Manikas, who are the ones we are usually dealing with. I need to definitely review the family tree again and just work out who's our big players, but yeah. It's usually the Manikas or the Volubises we added in. The Lols are also a minor family, but let's face it, I think they've died out, and I don't really care about the Lols. They were of no significance to me whatsoever. Okay, guys, let's move in for our final attack now. Prepare for a plaza entry. Get yourselves ganged up here. Circuit band, you can gang up here. And then you will all know what you're doing. Cavalry, I will deal with you in a minute. So everyone is just moving in. You know what, let's make you all route now. It looks like the enemy won't react so far because we haven't done the... Oh wait, we have committed the sin. We have set foot. So it looks like we're going to deal with some pilums first. Bit painful, but I guess it has to be so. Right, cavalry, get ready. Enemy's gonna just try and force us down, so make sure you come through in a controlled manner. Right, Urbans are gonna put pressure on this Poeni. Right, Poenis, move around the flanks and prepare to hit them. You need to move in and keep those Praetorians distracted. Sacred Band, I want you dealing with the Urbans if you can. Right. Cavalry, this is where you come to shine now. You need to get around the flank and give those urban cohorts the biggest kicking they've ever had. So let's get moving. We've already got them under pressure because they're being hit on 2 different angles. And they are beginning to lose a few men, but Urbans are like tin cans once more. Need a can opener to deal with those guys, and they haven't been quite invented yet, so just make one now. Alright, that's good. The numbers collapsed a little bit with that attack. Sacred Band, maybe you need to deal with Praetorians first because you are having a bit of issue getting into position. Right, General, where are you lurking? Yeah, that wasn't you. I just want to make sure. I don't want the General dying on me. It's not nice losing on my Nika. Right, you need to keep pushing in, by the way. Don't just sit there and watch. You can't just be in spectator mode all day. I've just lost one unit just in there, so maybe I haven't brought enough units in, but again, I think these Praetorians, or at least these urbans, their numbers are going down quite significantly at this point, so I think we may have just brought this one onto my side. Keep it up, cavalry. I'm going to keep you in this engagement for the time being. I think we may just be able to carry this one off. Yeah, we've got victory here. Right, I'm going to pull you out quickly, so I want you to deal with the Praetorians now. I think our spear units will be cool enough to finish off, and there's only 20 urbans left. It'll be a manageable number. I want to start dealing with these Praetorians now. They're giving my sacred band a bit of hassle, so getting a bit risky with this general's bodyguard down the arms. I've lost probably 2/5 of this unit, so we'll just be wary of our usage. But looks like the urban cohorts are all but destroyed now, at least. Well, yeah, just about destroyed. And the enemy is losing ground. Good, good, good. Right. You guys, I want you to see if you can try and get around the back. For any who have reformed, if you want to come in, that is fine by me. You may return to the battlefield and do everything you can to ensure victory. Sacred Band, don't just sit there and stare into space. Come on. You've got the enemy surrounded. The urbans are now less than 10 men strong. As long as Timothy doesn't die, I am happy. It looks like Arretium is finally mine at long last. Someone bring down that captain, by the way. He has grey hairs. You'll see aura of an older man. Not that there's anything wrong with being old, but it looks like they've just left an old man to defend themselves rather than a young, spry, fit captain. Oh, he flies, sir. Old people do fly quite far.
Enemy general has been killed and his men lose hard.
Right, finish off whatever's left. Arretium has fallen. And now is rightfully ruled by Carthage. We can do whatever we want with this city. Really, I'm going to help myself to all its money. Because I need that money to prepare for a defence. The Senate won't take kindly to what I've just done. I think they'll be looking for blood. My blood. But if they want a fight, I'm always happy to deliver one. By the way, guys, we can take them down. Come on. Finish them off. Because I've already run out of things to say, so you need to do this a bit quickly now, please. Come on. There's only 2 of them left. 1 of them left now. Finish him off.
Victory is yours, and no one can argue that it is not both well-deserved and worthy.
Good job, men. You've done your job. You've done it well. Arretium is mine. The garrison is no more. Enjoy a nice night of festivities and looting. Not that I encourage looting, but I need to make a withdrawal, a bank withdrawal, if you will. So,
Settlement captured.
and also we need to try and just root out any dissidents that may be lurking in the city. So, there we go. Once again, the trait increase. Timothy is now increased his command skills, so that is fantastic. And that just brings me another step closer to finishing off the Julii. Their death is now a very real possibility. One that we look forward to dealing with. And where are we in terms of time? It looks like we may have time for just one more little teeny weeny battle, which is good. Like as dear, you've been putting off your coming of judgment for a while, so don't move. You'll be dealt with in a minute. Arretium, I want you to retrain your garrison, and I want you to initiate the recruitment of an additional unit of long shield cavalry. Make full repairs to the walls and begin working on an execution square. Keep the taxes low here for now. Arretium could be very prone to having a sudden dip in public order. Also see that the temple is demolished. There, dip in public order. And begin installing a temple to Baal. We'll need all the sacred band we can muster for taking on the Senate. Because their army is actually absolutely terrible. But then the other army is probably very, very good. It's actually absolutely terrible. Well, it's actually gonna be a pain to deal with. Either way, the Senate will be bringing numbers when we come to deal with them, so we must be fully ready to deal with them. But I know we're close to the end of today. Oh, hello. Who's moving against me by the way? Titus Propertius. Oh, you just keep popping up, don't you? Oh, you'll be dealt with soon. I'm getting some troops ready at Batavium, and I'm coming to say hello. Where did my other army? Oh, fuck.
Ships
Theododecles, I
ready.
forgot you were carrying a load of
My
troops. Right.
Mighty
Ah,
general.
fuck. Right, that was a bit clumsy of me. Right,
Ships
Theododecles,
ready. Aye, my lord.
drop your troops off next turn because you may be moving to relieve Larissa. Right.
Mighty
Who's
general.
leading this one? Is it going to be Tabnet or is it going to be you? Well, it's going to be Captain Mickpals. Tabnet will be leading the helping attack. So Tabnet, you are in position.
Orders.
Mickpals, you are in position as well.
Attack.
Move in and make the move against Placastia, or is he going to run away? As I
Victory
predicted.
is
Right,
ours, mighty
he can't
one.
get away this time.
March. Sire.
We are
March.
fully in position.
My liege.
Initiate the attack.
Engage the enemy.
Right, Placas, you've been running away from me for a very long time. Did you? Oh, you were only promoted to air, by the way. Oh, Titus Propertius must be leading them now. I look forward to bringing him down on the battlefield very soon then. Anyway, Placastia, he's been avoiding me, and to be honest, I probably don't even need these reinforcements to bring him down. However, I did bring them just in case, so... What does he have that I need to deal with? Well, he's bringing himself. He's also bringing some mercenary hoplites. Plenty of peltasts by cavalry to run down. Some auxilia, 2 units of Roman cavalry, well, 3 units of Roman cavalry, and a Praetorian cohort. Yeah, actually, I didn't really need his reinforcements. Alright, Tabnet. You're still under my control, but to be honest, don't get your hopes up in getting any glory in this battle. But then again, my cavalry's quite depleted. I think I'm using you for your cavalry, aren't I? But you are a superior commander, apparently, so, you know. That's cool. Either way. Bring this army down with a strength ratio of 3-1 in my favour. And we outnumber them by probably about nearly 1,000 men. Probably about 700 to 800. Should be a done deal, really, this one. As long as we just play our cards right and let the elephants have their fun. Because I have elephants in this army. Elephants which will be used against other Julii.
This night we will feast and drink to celebrate victory. I promise you that. I also promise you the warm company of appreciative camp followers. But before any of that, there's something I'd like you to do for me. There is no shame in being scared, but fear should never be your master. Now cheer, you noblest of men, and sound the advance!
Right, advances will be sounded, advances will be made, elephants will be used to run the enemy down. Elephants, I've got 2 of you to play with today. Right, you're at the back for just for the minute, this is because we need to make sure those well, you're going to run down those peltasts, but remember, they do have a bonus against you, so we need to make sure they have a suitable distraction. Sacred Band, you had a main line today, and Libyan Spears, you will be keeping an eye on our enemy cavalry. There is quite a bit of it, so I will just be ready to deal with it as it comes. Weakened unit, though, you can just be at the back as a reserve today, because you will not be called upon because you are too small. Cavalry as well, I won't be calling upon you. Your units are too weak for now. You need to be brought into Larissa for retraining, so for now, you'll remain at the back as a reserve. In fact, you know what, group up with you. I mean, I know you're just reserves. Onager, you're at the front. You know what you're doing. You're doing the thing you always do, so there we go. And second round, I'm just going to shuffle you over here. Powenis, you are helping. The enemy isn't going to be playing too many Pilum politics today, so we're going to let the Sacred Band go first, because, to be honest, everyone's going to get showered with javelins from those lovely, lovely, brilliant... what you call them again? Peltasts. So, yeah, there'll be an issue, but then again, a few well-aimed artillery shots will probably bring them down.
New troops have arrived on the battlefield. Send them to the point of crisis.
I love sending enemies to a point of crisis. Right, what have we got coming in here? Lots of cavalry, exactly what I needed. Good. Right. Poweni infantry, group up and make a position on this hill. Cavalry, we'll have a group of Sacred Band cavalry preparing to march on this flank here. Tabnet, you're here. Right, looks like the enemy's getting into position. Looks like they're not coming to charge us down just yet, though. That's okay. We are lacking in ranged power, however, and it looks like the Bastinani, or the Thracians, are going to come forward. Libyan Spears, I need you to be ready to handle those guys. They're going to be a little tricky, but they're not well armoured. So just keep them busy for a little bit, please. I'm not quite familiar with these guys as well, so I may have just made a mistake in this engagement. But then again, looks like they're a little bit disorganised. I'm bringing in those mercenary peltasters, so I'm a little frustrated that they're doing that. Sacred Band, move forward and eliminate them. Onager, focus on their back unit. Elephants, maybe time to bring in you. Elephants, begin making your way up this flank. Looks like the enemy just wants to try and surround me today. Right, infantry, move in for the surround. You two, go up there. Don't let them think they can just walk around my flanks. But elephants, let's start bringing you in. If the enemy wants to be disorganised, I am very happy to bring them a little bit of extra chaos. Artillery, I want you out of this battle. Withdraw yourselves. The enemy's trying to break through this flank, but they're just going to be met with something, well, they're going to be met with something very, very nasty, really. And I hope they enjoy it. Right. They're going to move in. They're going to sweep this flank up. Should be an absolute piece of piss for them. Other elephants, start chasing down that Roman cavalry. And as you can see, the elephants are just having an absolute whale of a time, bringing these peltasts down, bringing these bastarnani down, just because, well, really, the error the enemy has made is peltasts do have a bonus against elephants when they're using their bloody javelins. When they're not using their javelins, that bonus is as good as up in smoke. Right. Guys, we need to try and keep the Julii under control. They are trying to overwhelm our flanks. It is getting in our way. With these elephants here, you're risking being overwhelmed. But the mercenary hoplites so far seem to lack an interest in engaging you. Right. Cavalry, I need you in here ASAP, please. We're winning, but it's costing me a couple of troops, and it may be costing me a few too many. Right. Elephants, keep things that aren't mercenary hoplites busy. You lot, you've lost momentum. Come on. Let's get moving again. Right, ready? Move in and deal with those Illyrian mercs and just keep an engagement up. You don't need to just stand around and do nothing. I mean, it's a bit weird that you're being lazy, but quite unexpected of an elephant. Usually you guys are very, very on top of it, but either way, I think we've basically... I mean, the enemy was trying to throw me into disarray, but I think we've just basically achieved the opposite effect. I think we've just thrown the enemy into disarray. We are going to try and hit those mercenary hoplites because there you go. Even a well-placed phalanx breaks quite easily when basically a very big freaking elephant just fucking rumbles into it. Right, you two, keep those Praetorians under wraps. You should be able to just do a classic phalanx sandwich and bring them down. Make it a toasted one as well. I think we do fucking go for a toasted cheese sandwich or something. I love that kind of stuff. But then again, I'm on a diet, so I think that's just why I'm tempted by nice foods. But yeah, that's for another day. Bitching about food.
General flees
right.
like a frightened child. Now attack!
I think that's just about the entire enemy army broken. There we go, right.
Chase them from the field and give them no rest.
Bit of a weird battle where things sort of happen, but then everything kind of flees because I just brought in 2 bloody elephants. So, yeah. Chase down whatever's left, bring them down. I'm happy with the result now that the enemy is pretty much broken. However, I do notice that Placus Dio isn't very dead. And I suspect he's escaped. Where is he? There he is. Right. Reserves, he's all yours. Get in there and intercept him before he gets away. He said he's going to get away. Guess that was Placus Dio's plan all along. He wanted to escape. He wanted to escape me, get away for a little bit, get into a really chaotic battle where I won't notice where he is. Oh, Placus. I guess you are cleverer than I give you credit for. We'll meet again. Except you don't have very many troops to defend you now. And you're stranded in my lands now. So, don't get comfy is all I'm going to say. You will be dealt with again soon. They may not even be on the battlefield. Watch your back for the cold blade of my assassins. Right. Everyone else, finish off whatever's left. There are barely enough troops for this guy to carry an army forward now, especially if we can get rid of those Illyrians. It's quite nice if I get to escape over that hill, but there we go, right, you brought quite a few of those guys down, right. Bring down the Auxilia, bring down whatever's left, either way. Good job.
Victory is yours, and no one can argue that it is not both well-deserved.
Right, good performance, men. A bit chaotic, but then again, the enemy kind of tried to throw my line into disarray, and I just kind of returned it. They went for a rush. But Armoured Elephants, yeah, Armoured Elephants were the MVP, so I say well done to my elephants. I think only one of the elephants passed away, so rest in peace that poor elephant, but yeah. Not a lot I can say. I guess the only disappointment with that battle was that Placastillo did escape. However, he doesn't have many places to run, so... Oh wait, he actually managed to run back to his lands, but it's alright. We'll be meeting him again. Okay, troops of Larissa. Oh, these army of Larissa. Tabnet, first and first, I want you back in Larissa. And then, what have I got in here? Get all the Sacred Band in here. At least all the good Sacred Band. Or all the Sacred Band. Just get all the Sacred Band in Larissa. We are now ready to defend that town. Captain Mick Piles, I want you just in wait. We'll maybe dealing with Captain Queso next turn, but for now, I want to wait to see what he does. Unless we can just move out and deal with him this turn, can we? Ooh. I don't think we can actually. I'm already predicting that's a little red arrow is going to appear there. Right, Captain Queso will be dealt with next turn, and maybe next episode, in fact. Oh, some Egyptians have turned up, but oh, well, they're for next time, unfortunately, because we have run out of time today. So, next time on Let's Play Rome Total War. Time to go for another round against the Egyptians, and we're going to make our move towards Apollonia and Salona. Since now Arretium belongs to me, we may just need to do a bit of tidying up, get rid of the last few troops, but I am happy to say we hold northern Italy. Now let's consolidate that hold and make sure we're not giving it up. But for now, I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you all on the next episode. Have a lovely evening, my friends.